Yeah, we're looking at a very active day for our Sunday here. First look weather day in effect. So let's see why we have this first look weather day in effect. Starting off, we are looking at the potential here of some pretty heavy rainfall at times, and marginal risk for flash flooding. We're not expecting it to be a widespread issue, but it is a 5 to 10% chance, so a low risk, but not non-zero. We're looking at heavy rainfall possible as well. We're looking at maybe well over an inch in some localized areas. We're also dealing with some very small chances here of severe weather. Not looking like it's going to be significant, some gusty winds, but we're keeping a very close eye on that here as we head on in to the day tomorrow. And high wind gusts are also likely here across the region. So, severe weather outlook for our Sunday. You'll notice that marginal risk, that southwestern portion of Broome County, basically all of Tioga County, all of Bradford County, that southwestern portion of Susquehanna County. Biggest risks will be for some pretty windy conditions. We could see gusts getting upwards above 50 miles an hour in some of these localized cells, but it is going to be off and on windy throughout the day. So just don't be surprised if you see gusts outside of those cells get above that margin of around 50 miles an hour. Since the rainfall, that 5 to 10% chance here, everyone underneath that marginal risk to see rainfall possibly produce flash flooding. It's going to be a very active day here. So as we take a look at that storm level threat, what we can expect for our Sunday here, you'll notice that heavy rain risk, that we'll call that a moderate risk. Also that damaging wind, but you'll notice tornadoes, low end. That's the good news here. No, currently in the deep south in the Ohio River Valley, they're getting slammed with some very severe and significant tornadoes. We're not going to see anything in regards to that. We're looking at some lower risk of that flash flooding, large hail. Not an issue either. Let's take a look at future track where by tomorrow morning, we're just looking at some cloudy skies. It's remaining dry for most of the morning, in fact. That's the good news. A few pop-up showers possible. But as that system moves on through, here's that squall line. Now, I do have timing between 3 to 7 o'clock here for the worst of that squall line to push on through. That's when we are expecting to see the worst of that activity. So be prepared to quickly change plans if you do decide to head out during that time for any outdoor activities. It is going to be a very not great stretch of weather between 3 o'clock and into the early evening period. Now, this model holds on to the heaviest of rains here heading on into 8 o'clock in the evening. I do think a lot of this rain will start tapering off before then. Monday morning for our St. Patrick's Day, cloudy skies, and unfortunately I think we are looking at mainly cloudy skies, but I do think we'll see a few breaks of sunshine here or there across the region. In addition to the rain, look at these winds. These are outside of any cells. We're looking at wind gusts getting up to near 40 to 45 miles an hour. There is that wind advisory in place for Cortland and Tompkins County until 5 o'clock Sunday evening. It's going to be a very windy day. It's going to be an active day. Look at this, 3 o'clock in the afternoon as those squall lines start to push on through. Looking at gusts getting up to near 50 miles an hour. It's going to be a very, very active Sunday. Rainfall-wise, generally speaking, I'm going to say 3/4 of an inch upwards to an inch and a quarter, but we could see some localized spots get up to nearly an inch and a half, depending on just how quickly those storms move on through. We're keeping a very close eye on this as we head into the day tomorrow. First look weather day for our Sunday, 64 for the high. We cool down for St. Patrick's Day, 41, 58, mostly sunny skies on Tuesday, 64. On Wednesday, spring arrives with some rain showers, 55. We do cool down significantly for Friday, 34. Warm back up heading into Sunday, temperatures being around 47 degrees.
And thank you, Connor. And when it comes to those wind gusts, especially when you're traveling on the interstates, those can get pretty dicey when you're on the road. So how important is it for people to really be aware of those?
Be aware of those because they can hit at any time. And also keep in mind, we can see a few possible isolated power outages. If power lines do come down, avoid them. Call local authorities. Call your electric company. They'll take care of it. But yeah, it's going to be a very active day. Nothing quite too severe like what we saw down in the deep south today, but keeping a very close eye on this. Chief Meteorologist Howard Manchester will have your update throughout the day tomorrow.
And then with the rain, I mean, we're getting it right into the prime of spring now. Temperatures go up and down, rain coming in. It's about that time of year.
It's about that time of year. And again, I'm not too concerned with the rain, but the ground is still wet. That's why we have that marginal risk for excessive rainfall there to cause some flash flooding. But again, it's that time of year, spring season. Now, our severe season doesn't really kick into gear till late May, early June, but always get a taste of this year as we head into middle and end of March and into early April.
And thank you very much, Connor. And don't go anywhere. The Sports Desk is coming up next, right after the break.